G'day guys, welcome to today's video. It isn't quite a vlog style video, however, today is Q&A Sunday. It's actually Monday right now when I'm filming this. So I'm either going to start calling it Q&A Monday or Q&A Sunday, depending on when I release them. I did record this exact video yesterday, which was Sunday. I was going to edit it tonight and upload it tonight. However, I realized I deleted all of the files that I was supposed to edit and upload by tonight. So what I'm doing now is refilming it and answering your questions again. This is going to turn out beneficial because I will be able to answer some of your questions that I didn't get to answer in yesterday's video when I filmed it because you guys did leave some further questions. But let's get straight into it. I have the Studio app open right now on my phone and I'm going to try and answer all of your questions. So the first question comes from Craig Hill. This is starting off the most recent questions. He asks, "Hey Cody, just wanted to know, with your business of working from home, do you need or have insurance? If so, what do you use?" I don't have insurance. If you mean it about the physical space, if the house burns down or something like that, I don't have it for this particular area. However, the house does have insurance, if that makes sense. So hopefully that answers your question. So Luke Talbot asks, "Keep it up, man. You're adding heaps of value." Some questions. Question number 1. Where do you get the inspiration/idea to start vlogging? Good question. Second question is, what are your goals from your vlog? Or in other words, what do you hope to achieve through your vlogging habit? Cheers. Awesome questions. So to answer the first question, where did I get inspiration to start vlogging? I guess it kind of started, I have been vlogging before this, but my inspiration to start daily vlogging started when CP and I began our Japan bicycle tour. We were vlogging daily on that tour, and I found I built that habit of vlogging for that 45 or 46 days in a row when we were in Japan, and I just continued that habit with my daily life as I brought it back home here in Australia. And I like the idea of daily vlogging because you can look back on it in a year's time and see like what I was doing that day and how I've improved and all that sort of stuff. And it's also a legacy aspect as well. I'm kind of answering both of your questions here at the same time. I guess the idea of vlogging also has come from people before us who have been vlogging on YouTube a lot longer than obviously I have. So the idea of how successful vlogging was for them, I've just got some inspiration from those who have been vlogging before on YouTube. Also, going back to like what I want to achieve from these vlogs, it's also a legacy thing. So I guess my family can look back when I'm an old grandpa or something like that. Hopefully if I get to that age, so they can look back on it and see what I was up to in my 20s or whatever, or in my teens. And when I think about it, wouldn't it have been awesome if your grandma, your grandpa vlogged their life back in the day, back in whenever it was, and you could access those videos online today? Like, that just blows my mind to be able to think like that. Like, it's crazy because like it'd be so cool to see like what my pop was doing when he was my age. It'd be so cool to see that. And I think in today's day and age, we have the capability with all this technology and all this opportunity where we can do that and build a legacy. And it's also moving on to the idea of building a brand as well, building a personal brand, doing these YouTube videos. It's building me as a person online. It's building my identity online. So then I can interact with you guys and get to know you guys who watch these videos. And it also gives me fulfillment as well. Not only helping people, but also learning from other people who are leaving comments as well. It's just awesome how it just works wonders. I hope that really answered your question. I mean, there's other stuff as well, but I don't want to really make this video too long. But thanks for the question, Luke. Super questions. I really like those. Okay, so Adrian's World asks, what is the postage cost to send an Amazon shipment to America? And what is the weight of the shipment? So the FBA shipments that I send out, I try and send out the max amount I possibly can through Auspost, which is a max of 20 kilograms in a box. Now, it has to be a certain dimension, but if you go to Auspost and do their calculated shipping, it'll tell you that you can only do 20 kilograms max to anywhere in the world, particularly the United States if you're sending it there. And I'll also have like the dimension limit as well, so you can refer to it there. But to send out 20 kilograms, it costs around, at the time of recording this video, $184. That's Australian dollars to send out 20 kilograms. Okay, so Nershita asks a question. Cody, how did you meet CP and did he motivate you to start thrifting? So this is a really cool question. Me and CP met in the States before we went on a bike tour. So if you aren't familiar with the American bike tour, this was before the Japan tour, about a half a year or a year ago. And that is when I met CP. I went over to the States for the Green Room meetup and also just to meet other like-minded people over there in America. And that's when I met CP there, and he invited me along to go on the US bike tour. So I, of course, said yes, because who wouldn't want to go on an awesome, sick adventure with a top bloke like CP? So I definitely said yes to that, and then basically the rest is history. And it's pretty crazy because I used to watch CP on YouTube, not knowing who he was, even before I met him. And then we got to meet in person, which was pretty cool. And now we've got to explore other parts of the world as well, like Japan and hopefully other places in future. So it was pretty cool. And he kind of was a little bit of the motivation towards starting my thrifting. I did watch some of his videos, like I said, at the beginning stages of my thrifting career. Also with the likes of Steve Rakin and the Bonafide Hustler and other guys like that. They really got me into the thrifting game. So Carlos asked, do you have a link to the hammock/van guy? So he's referring to one of the pictures that I have here on my vision board. Let's see if I can show you guys. So this dude right here. So this dude right here on the vision board, I just picked a quick picture of van life and like laptop van life is the keywords I used, I think. And he popped up and that looks pretty sick, like setting up a hammock in a van. Very minimalist. So if you do want to check him out, I did manage to find him on Instagram. I believe his name is Cyrus Sutton. So you can check him out there. I'll have a link down below if I remember to post it in the description. So awesome questions this week, guys. So Kimbo72 asks, so you pay $300 for skydiving, they cancel it and keep you $300. How does that work? I'd be fuming. So I was fuming at the beginning when I did find out that I couldn't get my money back, but it was kind of a sticky situation because before you were allowed to jump out of an airplane, you have to sign some paperwork. And I think in that paperwork, it was like that thick. It was like so much reading that I didn't really read it all, of course. And I wanted to go skydiving. I came this far and I wanted to just jump out of a freaking airplane. However, the weather eventually just turned really bad. And I asked them, are we jumping today? And they said, yes, we are. Then eventually I found out that we never got to jumping that day. I told you guys this story a few videos ago, and it did cost $300. And I said, all right, I want my refund back. I want my money back. And they couldn't give me my money back. They gave me credit to go jump somewhere else, but I didn't have the balls to go back and jump, did I? So I couldn't get that money back in cash. I only was allowed to spend it jumping out of an airplane. And yeah, I couldn't get my money back. Someone did suggest, I think it was Alan, did suggest to sell the ticket for like $200 or something, which is a pretty cool idea, and I should have thought of that at the time. However, a couple of years have elapsed and I don't think it is validated anymore. So I'm over it anyway, to be honest. I might sign up to jump again, but I don't know. It's pretty scary. So CP asks, was that an original idea or did you read or hear about it somewhere? He's referring to freezing your debit card and putting it into a bucket or some kind of container and putting it in the freezer so you can't access it. I did hear of it somewhere. It's not an original idea. I'm not taking any credit for it. I did hear it somewhere a few years back. And I just recently tried it out and it's proven pretty successful. So Holly Roberts asks, question for Q&A Sunday, do you have more than one eBay account? So at the moment, I kind of do have more than one eBay account, but I'm only using the one account. At the beginning stages when I was starting out, I did have a few other accounts as I was under the age of 18. So I set up a few accounts under my mum and dad's names. However, since then I've merged it to the one account. So the Austin asks, how do you decide whether to go buy it now or auction? So most of the time, I just always do buy it now with the best offer. Sometimes I'll do auction if the item is really desired. It has a huge following, it's really popular, and people are gonna go bonkers over it. Normally just chuck it up at 99 cents. People will bid on it, and it'll just get up to ridiculous prices that people will forget why they bid it on in the first place, which was because it was cheap, and they'll just want to bid it up just to beat the other person. But I've only found that works pretty well for desired items. But for the majority of the items that I have, I just list all of them for buy it now with the best offer, because then you're guaranteed to get the amount that you want for it, because sometimes with auctions you get a lot less than what you want. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So Bianca Stanton asked, for your next video, do you resell the Guitar Hero controllers without the receiver dongles? Thanks for your work. So no worries, Bianca. I do sell them without the dongles most of the time, because most of the time I do find them with just the guitar themselves. Like today, I just found this guitar. I did look around in other sections of the thrift to see if I could find the dongle with it. However, it was just the guitar, and some guitars don't have the dongles, I believe, as well. But if you can find the dongles, definitely pick them up, because they're going to increase the value of the item if you're going to pair them with the game, the dongle, and the guitar. They can go for like $100 plus. Like that setup there with that guitar, that's the Warriors of Rock, I believe. With the game and the dongle, people are selling them for like $100 or something like that. So if you can get the full set, kudos to you. But most of the time, I just sell the Guitar Hero controllers just by themselves. And even the dongles themselves can sell pretty well separately, maybe like $20-$30. I'm not sure what the market's looking at, but you'll have to do your research. But definitely you can sell them without, and definitely you can sell them with. Most of the time, I sell them without. Next question comes from Sinister. Question for your next Q&A, mate. Can you show the process of sending stuff to customers overseas and how you work out the postage cost? Thanks. So I believe I've made a video similar to this question in the past. I'll have a link down below for that video if you want to check it out. I believe it's called Sending Internationally from Australia or something along those lines. And I explain it in that video. But basically all I do is when I list the item on eBay, I do international shipping, and then I make sure I put in the exact weight and the dimensions of the item, because it's crucial to get that right. If you're a couple of hundred grams over, sometimes the prices can jump $10-$20 because it works in that 500 gram range. So if something's just over 500 grams, you're going to pay for the 1 kilogram section. So you just got to make sure you get your weight spot on and all that sort of stuff. And most of the time, if you select the standard postage one, I think it will include the cost for postage and signature on delivery. So when you go into the post office, you ask for the standard, and then you get the signature on delivery extra, which is like $4.99 extra. But that works into the cost if you set it up right when you go to the listing of the item. And sometimes it's pretty important to get signature on delivery, because you want confirmation that the person did receive the item, because sometimes they can claim that it got stolen from the front porch or something like that if it gets left out. But I do talk a bit further about this in the video that I will try and get linked down below for you. Also, I didn't get to link down the book that I mentioned, Bruce Lee's book. So Carlos asked, was the book The Tar of Jet Kandu? And yes, it was. I probably just murdered that so bad. But I'll have a link down below for that book if you want to check it out. I still haven't gotten to reading it, but there is a free PDF. It is a little bit of a rough copy. It's not that clean of a copy, like a physical photocopy of the original, it must have been. It's pretty difficult to read, but I think it's still tangible. So I'll link it down below in this video. So Varun asks, thanks for answering my question. How much do you pay for postage for the Guitar Hero controllers? So most of the time I pay $12.05, which is the 3 kilogram box. And most of the time that's how much I pay. Depending if I ship it out in an actual box, it may cost $15, depending. So Holly asks another question. Have you been doing any geocaching lately? How's the no spending going? Have an awesome week. So I haven't been geocaching for quite a while, since I probably showed you guys in one of those vlogs where I just went out just quickly and did it. It is a pretty fun hobby. I've never done it before when I shared it with you guys in that full-on like geocaching vlog. It is pretty fun if you're the adventurous type. It's probably much more fun if you do it with others. And I hear people do it at night as well. So it's definitely more difficult to find something in pitch black with a torch or something. That would be so much more fun. And I might do it then in those environments. But I want to get some other people around to do it with me. And no one really wants to do it with me. So I am probably not going to be doing it for a while. But it is fun. Definitely is fun. And also the no spending's been going pretty well. As of late, it hasn't, because I have brought more inventory. I spent a couple of $100 today, I think it was, on some stuff that you guys will see in the video after this one. and I picked up some cool stuff today. But I went about a week and a half to 2 weeks without spending almost a single cent. I probably spent a couple of bucks like for water and stuff when I really needed it, like from the shop when I didn't have water on me. Like I spent like 70 cents for like one of these bottles of water. However, other than that, I basically didn't spend anything for a good week and a half. So I was pretty proud of myself, and all the money that I saved went straight into a savings account. So I definitely did pretty good there, and it's a really good habit that I think I've created. I'm so much more like protective of the funds that I've accumulated, and the process of wealth accumulation I think I've benefited from so much because I just don't want to spend that money now. Call me a tight, you know what, but I've definitely benefited from that challenge. I think that is it for all the questions for today, guys. So once again, another reminder, if you do have any questions, put them down below. I'll try and get to them in next week's Q&A video. Also, I did mention this in yesterday's video that was deleted, but I was present during a Aussie reseller chat over at the YouTube channel 10K on the Bay with Chris. Antonio and Marcus were also there, and we had a good chat about Aussie reselling, raised a few tips and stuff. So if you guys want to check that video out, I'll have it linked down below as well. But that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog. Bye.